What's going on?
You ready? This September 5th, 2024 meeting of the Dublin City Council is hereby called to order. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the pledge to the flag. I'll ask our council member, Paul Griggs, to provide the invocation for us today. Councilman Griggs.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the many blessings that you've given us. We ask that you help guide us through this meeting, making the decisions that are best for the community, and watch over us as we proceed on into the week. We ask these things in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, you're live. I'm going to put you on speakerphone.
All right, thank you all for being here today for our 12:30 meeting. The time was changed to 12:30 today because we have such a short agenda. There are only a couple of items that are needed for approval today. So we will get started with item number 1, which is approval of the August 15th City Council meeting minutes. Those meeting minutes are in your packet. Are there any questions for Heather, the clerk, regarding the meeting minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion to approve from Councilman Smith, a second from Councilman Mascara. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
If any are opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. We'll move to item number 2 on the agenda, which is approval of bills over $15,000. Mr. Powell.
Council has a copy of all the bills in your packet.
Any questions for staff regarding the bills over $15,000? If not, do we have a motion?
Bills.
We have a motion to approve the bills over $15,000 from Councilman Griggs. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second from Councilman Brown. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We'll now move to item number 3, which is purchases over $15,000. Mr. Powell.
We have 3 purchases for council's consideration this afternoon. First is a number of computers and associated peripheral devices. And these go citywide, and you can see in your backup agenda the list of departments that will be receiving those. It's 23 total computers and the monitors as needed with those. The total purchase is $37,537.36 from Dell Technologies, and we had budgeted just over $42,000 for this purchase. We put together the need across citywide and did one large bulk purchase and received some favorable pricing because of that. So thank you to David and our purchasing department for accommodating that for us. That's the first purchase. The second purchase is for the self-contained breathing apparatus, or SCBA, harnesses and the face pieces for our firefighters. This is to replace some old ones that are not compliant now, and this is for 5 of them. The total purchase is from it's from Municipal Emergency Services Incorporated. They are Scott X3 Pro 4500 PSI harnesses. The total purchase is $35,285.70, and I think for at first it came in under budget at which was we had budgeted just over $41,000 for that purchase. So we asked that you approve that as well. The third purchase is for the golf course. It's for a range picker to collect the balls off the driving range. That's a caged cart that will get the employees across the course safely in case people are driving balls at the same time they're trying to collect. And then also for 2 haulers to be used by staff, the greensmen that are keeping the course clean and neat. So they're able to use those to carry around equipment and materials as needed to maintain the course. Currently, they are using some old golf carts that don't really meet their needs from our old fleet, and so they're asking for this. We had earmarked some money in the SPLOST, the new 2024 SPLOST, which we should be receiving our first check on in the next day or 2. And so we ask that you go ahead and approve this purchase tonight. It's for EasyGo equipment. The vendor is Textron Incorporated, and the total price is $41,890.64.
All right. Do any council members have questions for staff regarding these 3 purchases? All right, I know in our materials, we have the full package of how these were
I got one question, Mayor.
listed out, yeah.
On the firefighting equipment, deliveries in 70 days, I'm guessing that even though you said those are out of compliance, the ones we have are out of compliance, I'm guessing they still have equipment that they can use,
Yes, sir.
correct? Okay.
And Fire Chief, you want to speak any more to that?
Yes, sir, we have plenty in service until we can replace them.
The chief stays pretty active about making sure they keep enough.
Just wanted to be
enough
sure
in
we were
stock so that
covered while waiting for.
All right. Any other questions regarding these three purchases? All right, if we don't have any further questions, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Mascara and a second from Councilman Brown to approve the three purchases. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We'll now move to item number 4 on the agenda, which is action on a resolution to approve underground fiber design and upgrade on the Madison Street project. Mr. Powell.
This is Resolution 2441, a resolution by the Mayor and Council of the City of Dublin to approve the award of a contract for the telecommunications conversion for the Madison Street project, to authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the same, set an effective date, and for other lawful purposes. As you know, part of the Madison Street streetscape project is to move all the utilities underground. This will actually move our telecom fiber off the poles and get it underground. So we ask that you approve that. The proposal amount is $68,616.50. We had earmarked $150,000 for this project, not knowing exactly what it was going to cost. So favorable pricing came in on that. There will be a change order, and the resolution will authorize me to approve change orders going forward. That will be needed, and it will be to actually something that was left off the request, which is to remove the existing fiber off the line. This proposal was to run the new lines to connect everybody, and so we'll have a change order to get the lines off the old pole once that's completed. And that's around $18,000, I think, is what we're expecting that to be.
What is the timeline on getting all that completed? Because I talked to Mr. Ricks. He's the owner of the cleaners on the corner, and it's affecting his business tremendously. So,
yeah,
what's our timeline?
We had it's a 9-month project altogether for the contractor, but we also are reliant on the utility companies, Georgia Power, AT&T, to get their utilities off the pole and underground. I think Georgia Power has done pretty much everything they can at this point in time. And Matthew Bradshaw's here, our engineering director, and can speak more to this than I can. But you know, I don't know if you're familiar, but AT&T they're having a strike right now with their workers, so I'm not quite sure when they're actually going to get to work moving their lines off the poles. But we did meet with the contractor that's doing the actual streetscape portion of the work that we're directly contracting with earlier this week, and they're going to be providing us an updated timeline soon on when they're going to be able to get at least part of the work completed. But it is we had estimated it's going to be a 9-month project. Yep.
And
For that portion, and that started just last month.
I spoke with him too. He said that there was effective business, and one of the things that we got the contractor to do was basically rebuild a sidewalk from the Monroe Street over to the entrance of his building so that people could more easily walk from if they park on Monroe to get into the front door. So hopefully that helped a little bit, because the way it had been left, it was not easy at all to get to the front door. And that was just done last week. So
you're talking about 9 months. What about the other businesses that are going to be affected? You got other businesses up there that probably going to have the same case later on. People can't get to their front door, so we doing that for him. We got to do that for the rest of them too.
Yeah,
about all the businesses that's people can't get to their front door because of what's going on. It's very hard.
That's right. Yeah, and that was part of the reason for the meeting Monday. Is that up till now, the person that they had, our contractors using subcontractors to do this work, and our satisfaction with how they were overseeing that work and making sure that the businesses continue to have good access was a big issue in the meeting we had earlier this week. And they're going to address those. I think we got their attention, and they're going to be addressing those as the project goes along.
So I have a suggestion. The entrance from South Jefferson, we would go right. they have that big road work sign there, and people are using the road regardless. Is there a way that we could have the contractor clean up the street and allow traffic there, and mark the, if you look on the street there, where the manhole covers are?
Right.
If we could mark that somehow and allow some through traffic there with a caution, maybe a blinking, like one of those construction work signs, but to let people continue to pass and use it, because it's all cobblestone under there, and it's in really good condition, and it's hard as a brick. And I think that would free up some movement up and down that street.
What are you talking about?
Talking about on the.
Coming off of Jefferson,
Off of
there's a
Jefferson.
sign there preventing people.
Take that, so there's a big sign where the turn,
Yeah.
that turn signal is, there's a big sign there.
other
Nobody's
way.
He's
Talking
paying,
about right there and just turning it.
yeah, nobody's paying attention to that sign. They're using the street anyway. So I'm saying if we have the contractor come through, move the debris that's in the street now, then all of the businesses on this side can have access up. And you have the thoroughfare on the other side that people are using, but the road is usable. It's just, they have where the manhole covers are, we need to caution it. I mean, if you drove 15 miles an hour, you could easily access all the businesses there. And you can still park on the street too. You just can't walk on the sidewalk.
Yeah, well, Matthew heard everything you just said, and we'll talk with them and see what can be done there to provide better access. That was also a part of the conversation, was making it clear where it's okay for cars to still travel along Madison, so.
All right. Any other comments on this? The item before us is the fiber bid on the fiber upgrade. Any questions regarding that? If not, do we have a motion regarding this particular? All right, so we have a motion from Councilman
Second.
Griggs, a second from Councilman Godfrey. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. All right, so that concludes our regular business. It's now time for citizens' comments. If any citizens that are here today would like to make a comment, this is your opportunity to do so.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Noon.
My name is Jacqueline Jadon White. I live at 603 Hudson Drive. My comment is in regards to Madison Street. I go to the farmer's market on Saturdays, and sometimes I use my scooter, sometimes I ride my bicycle, and sometimes I walk. Originally, when this construction started in the Courier Herald, it was reported that it was only, maybe it was a misprint, going to be a week worth of construction. So therefore, I saw where the signs came, in those roadblocks, items to keep people off the street. If you read the Courier Herald in a section where people complain, tell it, a lot of people are concerned about the farmers market because not only is it affecting those people who work from Monday through Friday, but on the weekends, there are a lot of people who come up from the various farms to sell their produce, and it's unfortunate, especially since there is supposed to rain this weekend. It's going to be a muddy bath. So is it possible the city could get with these contractors, subcontractors or whatever, and try to do something on the side where the farmer's market is so people can come and shop without having to be terrified? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wright. And I'll just note that our Downtown Development Authority Director is here in the back. And if you have some specific suggestions, I'm sure they'll be glad to speak with you about that and how to.
They raise their hands so I know who they are.
Right there, there they are.
Okay, I'll see you after the meeting.
Okay, great. And there is access to the farmers market off of Church Street without construction. It's just the entrance on Madison Street does have some construction activity going on. So, thank you for those comments. Any other comments this evening or this afternoon?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm Brenda Smith, and I come today as the Executive Director of the Dublin Housing Authority. I wanted to make the community aware of education drive that we are having. It is the 2024 Voters Awareness Education Campaign, and I also have flyers. But on Thursday, September the 12th, at 4 o'clock, at the Verlene P. Copenny Center, we have worked with Probate Court Judge Janola Jackson and Chief Deputy Registrar Susan Rooks for being able to get the state of Georgia to bring 3 live demonstration voting machines on site. We will also be able to help first-time persons who wish to register to vote with registration online absentee ballot, request assistance. We'll be able to show them how to locate their polling place and provide an overview of the voting process. For first-time registration, all that is needed is a valid driver's license or identification card issued by the Georgia Department of Driver Services. And we have partners, the Dublin Lawrence Black History Festival Committee, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, and the Dublin Housing Authority is a nonpartisan organization and is therefore non-political, and we can neither engage in partisan politics nor promote the candidacy of any person for public office. And we just wanted the public, the city of Dublin, the county of Lawrence, to know that if they are in need of these services, we will be providing voter education on Thursday, September 12th at 4 o'clock, Verlene P. Copenny Center. Thank you. And if you like a flyer to put in your churches, I have some with me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Smith. Appreciate that information. Any other comments? Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Joanna Glover, and I'm a resident at 320B East Garner Street / Johnson Home. My concern is from other residents in the area and in the community. First, they say they'd like to thank you all for putting the extra lighting. If the police department has something to do with that, we want to thank y'all too. But we also are concerned about that street, East Garner Street and Charles Manning. Mm-hmm. That big old ditch. No, let me rephrase it, pothole. It's been there for several months. First, they gave us an excuse that they was doing something with the pipeline. So we decided, okay, so they'll be finished with it. But we're asking that you all please, because the sinkhole is sinking, we ask that you all try to get that repaired for us, because a lot of people have cars coming through there, and I've seen the school buses come through there where they're leaning with it and rocking with it. So we were asking that you all try to tighten up on that, get that repaired for us, because it's very dangerous. And it would cause repairs to people's cars. And we know y'all don't need that bill, right? And another concerns we have on that same corner, there's a dark area. We know we have one light over there, but like y'all did all the other lights pole that is sitting right in front of where I live at, I have 2 lights there, and then there's 2 lights right there on Washington Street as well. We're just trying, we're not being greedy, but we're asking if you all can put a light there as well, because that's a very dark area, because there are a lot of bushes there, and it's a very dark area, and we're asking that.
Which area?
Charles Manning and East Garner Street, right there on the corner, where that right across the street from that big old pothole. Mm-hmm. You can't miss it. It's right there, Mayor.
Okay.
So we're asking if we can get another light in there, because it's dark over there in those areas, and we would like to know if y'all can assist us with that as well.
And also, we noticed that you all prepared us for speed bumps, right? Right there in front where I live at again. Once again, I appreciate that. But also coming out of Pearl Street, I'm trying to see if that street is on the list for speed bumps as well. Because I have a concern because my apartment sits right there in front of Pearl Street. So if they happen to give out of brakes and stuff, I would like for y'all to put some speed bumps over there on Pearl Street to slow them down before they get to that stop sign, okay? Because a lot of time I can look out my window and see the cars coming like, ooh, are they gonna stop or what? So I'm asking if y'all, I don't live on Pearl Street, but I'm concerned because it's in my area. And I'm concerned to see if y'all can think about if it's on their list. Thank you. And also, thank y'all for the protection that y'all have provided us with. But we're asking also, I don't know if we need to go to the school board about this, but as far as our kids being outside when it's raining and they're standing on the corner and these cars are flying, and we're trying to see if you all as a city can be partnered with the school board or with someone to build shelters for these kids when they're standing outside in the rain on school days. I'm good, I'm in.
All right, thank you for those comments. It's always helpful when there's, specific requests so that we know that we can take a look at those. So thank you for bringing those to our attention. Any other citizens' comments this afternoon? Yes.
My name is George Hollingsworth, and I'm on the board for the revitalization of Oconee Gym. But there has not been any kind of finalization on that situation, and I was wondering when would there be a finalization on the blueprint or decision?
All right, thank you for that. We'll have Mr. Powell or someone with the staff talk with you after this meeting so you can see what the schedule is. Any other comments at this time? All right, if not, then we will move to council comments. Madam Clerk, Ms. Browning, any comments this evening? All right, thank you. We have our city attorney on the line, Mr. Groover. Any comments, Mr. Groover?
This is where you use my phone.
All right. He say?
He said, good to be with you.
Okay, that's right. All right, Mr. Brown.
No comment today.
All right, Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and being a part of our council meeting this early, and expressing your concerns. And I'd remind my fellow council members and mayor that we have a District 9 meeting on September the 24th. You should have gotten it in your email. You can register. It's going to be in Mount Vernon. And yours truly, the second vice president of District 9. So love for city government used to go to these and participate in this. We done kind of got slack. For us to show up, it's at 5:30. Show up and be part of this and get back involved with our district and see what's going on. And just once again, thank everyone for coming out.
All right, thank you, Councilman Jones. Councilman Godfrey.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for your comments. And Ms. Brenda, I would love to have a few of those flyers if you don't mind. And you all have a great rest of the week. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilman Colby, any comments?
No comments.
Councilman Griggs.
No comment.
Councilman Smith.
Just thank everyone for coming.
All right, Councilman Mascara.
No comment.
Mr. Powell, any comments?
Yeah, I'd just like to update council on a couple of things really quickly. Just a brief snapshot status. The playground equipment at Hilburn Park has been installed mostly. It's probably about 90% there. There's still some pieces that we're waiting on to come in that are on back order that will be able to complete that. We're expecting that the turf will follow soon thereafter and projecting that this will be completed within the next couple of weeks. And then if you go to the next, the fencing that was requested at Pritchett Park to allow for the basketball to be played while the playground is, we're still waiting on the part for the playground so they can finish that. That's been completed, and just wanted to let the public know that you can use the basketball court at Pritchett Park, and it's open and accessible now. It's been fenced off from where they're doing the work on the playground.
Excuse me, Josh. Do you know when that part will be in? I think they're planning a Telfair reunion.
Yeah, well, Chris and I, Councilman Smith and I met with the Telfair community representatives, and we're projecting that we're pushing the playground company to have it completed before their event, which is not until later in October. So I believe we're going to meet that deadline. So hopefully that'll be like one of the first things to happen with the new playground. So
Yeah, Kai Killer asked me that today.
Okay. The Middle Georgia University pickleball conversion has been completed. They still are going to have a timer installed on the new lights that they put up, but wanted to let the public know that they've told us it's all go. You're welcome to go use those pickleball courts.
Is there a hearing time on that right now? Don't they have a?
The company that did the work told us it was good to go. So we can double check that, but I think that timeline may have been met by now. I think it may be just a 24-hour period. I'm not sure. But from everything we've been told from both Middle Georgia and the company that actually did the work for them, which is also going to do the work for us at Hilburn Park, they've said it's good to go. We are going to be running them a small water line so they can have a water fountain there, and they're paying to have that put in. So that should be good to go. We're going to be starting the demo on the pickleball courts at Hilburn Park in the next week or so. So just wanted to let the pickleball and community know where they can go and then where it's going to be taken offline soon. The next picture shows they're actually pouring the footers this morning. This picture's from yesterday for the foundation for the Northside Fire Station. So the Garbutt's gotten going on that. And so that's going to come along. If you go out there and look at the site now, you can tell kind of the footprint of where the building will be, and it's a really nice layout, so you can kind of get an idea of where it's going to be positioned on the property. And then the next is the demo of the old green building that we kind of where we all started all this facility project with this council. It's finally happening. We are trying to conserve as much of the metal as we can, and we're going to sell that for scrap to get some value out of that as we're able to. But the contractors are there working now, and so that project's underway as well.
So where is Tanya and?
Tanya is over at the gas shop, and Brandy is working over at the shop at the warehouse, and then the water construction folks are down with Tony at the wastewater treatment plant. So that's where they are now. And then sanitation, of course, all those employees they have a nice space. I think y'all saw it in your council or your city manager report for the month of July. The gas department converted one of their larger rooms to a room for them. And it's very, very nice. So they're only going up from here for them. Yeah, and that's just another picture of that. Then a couple of other things I wanted to let you know. Nicole Simmons is here. Nicole, if you'll stand up. She's our new park superintendent. And she's a former parks and program manager in Glenn County, and she has a degree in recreation management and has a minor in organizational communications. She's got a really great fire and energy and personality about her. You'll pick that up just after a few moments of speaking with her, but really excited to have her on board and wanted to introduce her to the council, and looking forward to what all she's going to do with our parks. Tim Thomas is also, he's not here, but he's also a new part-time center attendant who's assisting us with keeping the gyms open, and he's working there. Tim's no stranger to the community, so he's gotten started. They just both started this past Friday. So, and then Rihanna Stent is here. She is on the second row there. She's our new. She's working in the pro shop. She's the supervisor for the pro shop at the golf course. We've got a full-time position there now, and so she's hit the ground running. So getting some processes updated. She's got a lot of golfing experience, and so we're excited to have her on board as well. So just wanted to update you guys on those things.
That's a lot of great developments for our community. I had the opportunity to go to Pritchett Street Park and look at the equipment there. And I think when it's finished, it's gonna be incredible. It's really surprising. There's a lot of new equipment out there. I think it's gonna be great for the community. Went and looked at Hilburn last night, and I really like the way that has. I want to congratulate or thank the Parks Committee for your work in helping select some of this stuff. That, for example, at Hilburn, there's like a baseball theme to some of the playground equipment. I thought that was a great idea, and it's going to be really great for all the kids in our community to have these new playgrounds. So hopefully we can get these things open and available to the public in the next few weeks. And as soon as they are, we'll put it out on social media, and we'll have ribbon cuttings and let everybody know when those playgrounds are ready to be used. So I want to thank staff for all y'all's hard work It's been a long time in the planning stages, and now we're starting to see the fruition, the results of all our hard work over the last couple of years. So it's a very exciting time for our town.
You have one other thing.
All right.
Just want to remind everybody, next Wednesday is 9/11, and the fire department and other public safety staff will be at the Public Safety Memorial up there off of Telfair at 8:30 a.m. for their ceremony that we do each year. So we'd like to invite the council to please attend that, and the public as well. And you'll be getting an email about that from the fire chief.
All right.
Let me ask a quick question. What's the ETA on that cost estimate for Stubbs and that new facility building? Do we have ETA on them estimates?
At y'all's request, we got an architecture firm engaged, and they are going to be working. Well, right now we're waiting on a proposal, I think, from them on that. So once we get that, we'll be on our way to get an amount.
All right.
All right. If there's nothing else, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you for coming.
Like those kind of meetings, huh?